So the DeLaRiva comes about in two different positions. Okay, so, go ahead, lay down, or sit down. Okay, we worked, when he goes to violator posture here, okay, when he's here, something that I can do from the bottom is get a hold of the grips, the sleeves, or the sleeves or the lapel, okay, put my foot on the hip here, and come around and entangle my legs like so. My back leg comes through to the front, and my front leg goes through to the back on his back leg there. So I've got a kind of a scissor lock on there with both legs, okay? I can do the same thing. This is an offensive posture for him. If he stands up, okay, if he stands up in my guard, he's got to move forward. This is a way to fight this offensive guard passing. We went over this offensive guard passing posture last week or two, 3 weeks ago, right? Everybody know what I'm talking about? From the standing, you can go to the bullfighter, you can do, you can grab the sleeve and the lapel, whatever. So in order to fight this, I put my foot on the hip, and again, look, I move my butt over. I want my butt on the outside of this foot. I take my back leg through, and I put it through to his front leg, and my front leg can come here to lock. Now, if he's trying to move, see, if he moves forward, he drags me with him. If he moves backwards, he drags me with him. Okay, so we start from the guard. Okay, and he stands up in the guard. Okay, and breaks my guard. Foot on the thigh. If I can put my foot on the hip, I'll put the foot on the hip. I want to get if my foot's here, it's going to be hard for me to hook it because my butt's in front of his foot. So I scoop my butt to the outside of his foot, pushing on his thigh, bring my back leg through, my front leg through. Okay? Now, from here, there's two quick sweeps. Okay? The first one is the bum dump. I'm going to keep this back leg through up near his hip, and I'm going to drop this top leg down behind his heel. Okay? I'm going to push with my top leg, and I'm going to push with my bottom leg that way. So opposite direction, and I can also use my hands to throw his balance off here and sweep him back. Okay? Now, just like we worked last week, I like to untangle my leg and lift this one so that I have what?
Underhook.
That underhook, right? So I'm going straight into my pass. So I'm not coming up into the half guard. You may get caught in the half guard, but you get the sweep to be under the top position. Okay? So foot in the thigh, right? Scoop my butt over to the other side, either foot in the hip, or foot here, or foot on the ground. I need to get my butt to the outside of his foot so this foot will come through. Okay? I need to be holding on to something so he can't just backspin for my knee. I put this hook. Okay? Now, my number one sweep here, right? Foot's up in the hip. This foot drops down behind the ankle, and I steer with this hand. See how I balance him with my hands, and I almost got him. Or I push in the hip, I've almost got him, and I pull here. Okay? So my legs are pushing out both ways, and I redirect with the hands. Okay? Again, coming straight up into the pass. Worst case scenario, I come up into the half guard. Okay? Once more. Yeah, once more. Inside. Okay, foot in the thigh. Get your grips. If you can get the lapel here, that's perfectly fine. Okay, but if not, then both sleeves, right? Get my foot to the outside of his foot so I can put this back hook and my front hook. Okay, I let this bottom leg track down, pull him off balance, push with the foot in the hip, and pull with the foot here, right? Pull it here. Okay. Okay, try to get to side control. Try not to get stuck in half guard. Any questions? Okay, bum dump from the standing DeLaRiva. Let's do it. That bum dump seems to work really well, right? Lots of leverage, but I'll actually get the face plant more often, okay? What's nice from the kneeling, okay? What's nice about this stuff is you can do it from the standing or the kneeling. So if his foot comes up and he's kneeling, foot goes in the hip, okay? I get my grips, okay? Look, I put my foot through, all right? Now, I'm gonna push on the knee and I'm gonna put pressure with the back of my leg here. See where I'm at? Now what I like about this so much is that this knee pressure comes down, and look where I am. I've got all sorts of pressure on his thigh. I'm pulling up on this sleeve. No matter where he tries to go, it's very difficult to re-guard, to put me anywhere. Okay? So from the kneeling, all right, if he's kneeling, all right, if I try to do the bum dump, it's not as effective. Okay, so when he's kneeling, I like the face plant. Foot on the knee, I've got this up front. I push all this pressure here, right? I've got to see why we call it the face plant? It's actually more of a shoulder plant. But look, I come up, I've already got the leg tuck, I'm driving my knee. If he's trying to re-guard, he can't because I got all this pressure on here. If he's trying to roll to his knees, it's very difficult because I got this sleeve control here. So I can wind him up to get right to here. Now, I can also face plant the guy if he's standing. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna block here, all right? And I wanna put a little pressure with the back of my leg here. I need to kind of wind it up, right? I get to here, right? And what's he doing? No. Here. If I start pushing like this, and he pushes back, now he's right where I want him to be for that face plant. Okay? But I gotta have a good control on that sleeve, because if I let go of the sleeve, you see what he was doing there? If I do this to put the pressure, I let go of that sleeve, now my knee's where, well, he can knee bar me, okay? Or he can try to pass. So I keep this good sleeve, change my angle, start putting the pressure. He doesn't want me to take his back. I'll show you how to take his back from here. He doesn't want me to do that, so he starts stepping back into me. And now there's a real good face plant too. Face plant sweep from the standing. Same thing, I drive the knee across, pulling up on the sleeve, sit through the ground, and I've got a real good pass to a good scarf hold here. Any questions? We're good to go? Yes, sir.
Last time you just reminded people that since we're just practicing, kind of easy down, because they hold that on the long and straight and kind of really smash down.
Yeah, that's what I was going pretty easy on that.
Yeah.
Oh, you just want to make sure nobody's smashing your to the ground. Guys, you don't have to go hard on this. Take it easy, right? Nice, slow control. You'd be surprised how fast this works. Okay? I kind of push out this way and then sweep back this way. Help control his descent. Yeah. See? You don't want to have him smashing on the shoulders. If somebody go a little hard, let them know to ease it up. Somebody can go a little bit harder, just communicate. Okay, guys? Let's do it. All right, so we've gone over what to do if he breaks one grip. We've gone over what to do if he breaks both grips. Sometimes he's going to break this near grip first. When he breaks this near grip, it's good to grab this foot here. Okay, it makes it a lot tougher for him. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the pendulum from here. Okay, I'm going to sweep, get my butt over. I'm trying to hold on. When I hold on to this foot, I can't get my butt as far, but I'm going to come to here. Now, when I kick this leg out, when I start putting pressure here, he feels like he can back up. He starts to fight back into me generally because I got this sleeve. So when I put pressure here, he tries to come back into me. So now, I've got a big sweep here. Okay, and I got this foot that I didn't have before. So I control that. This is very much like the face plant. Okay, and then I have my knee going across. I've got this coming up. I've got it coming and going. And I can have a good position. The difference is that instead of having the sleeve control, I have this. So I put this through, right? You can't backstep for the thing, so I come here, right? And this gives me a lot of momentum. So when I swing this back, it gives me a lot of momentum because I have this angle. I put this all the way to the ground, keep that pressure on the knee, pulling up here, underhook, to a big scarf hold. Once again, from the front. change my angle. I don't need a real deep hook here, just a little bit. I kick this leg out. Now I've got lots of pressure here when I swing back. I swing back, I'm lifting up here, pushing with my knee in the back of his leg. I come up, drive the knee down, pull up with this sleeve, underhook, to heavy scarf. Does that look okay? All right, so once we start threatening all these different directions, right? I threaten this way, right? I threaten that way. He doesn't know which way. Or I can go straight to my back position, okay? I'm gonna bring, if I stretch him out here and I can get to here, right? I like to put my foot first, okay? I put my foot behind here first. If he thinks he's going for my knee bar, that's even better. Okay, if I feel him trying to step back, if I start putting pressure here and I feel him back step a little bit, I put the hook there, then I let go. I let go of this sleeve. The lazy boy. Okay? This is taking the back from the DeLaRiva, what we call it the lazy boy, right? Because it's like pulling that lever on the side of the lazy boy. Okay, so boom, here, I put my hook. Okay, I like to switch grips here. You don't have to, but I like to switch grips. That allows me to grab either the skirt or the belt. And about this time, he's going to be going. It's like Cleveland when the side of the house comes off on Family Guy, and he goes, no, 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 no. Right? And then it's too late because the grips are in and I get my hooks and I'm already attacking. Okay? So try to remember this sequence here, guys. Okay? I'm going to get my hips to the outside, get that hook through. This front hook, I hook behind the knee. Switch grips, I let go of that sleeve so he feels like, oh, I'm going to go for the knee, right? I grab the belt or the skirt, right? I'm controlling this sleeve. I keep my legs out. Okay, pulling this in here, look, I feed right away. I'm doing two things at once. I'm getting my grips on the lapel and putting my hooks in at the same time. Okay? So what's the sequence here, guys?
Get your hook in, put the forward leg, then around the back.
Front hook first, then what?
Turn a little bit, and you'll get your hook there.
Switch the grip on the sleeve, then see how I'm kind of sucking him into this? I'm pulling him into me with my legs in the sleeve, and then whoa, look, gripping the collar. Okay, as I'm switching my hooks, I'm getting my grip. Good to go, guys? Let's give it a try. Lazy boy. Okay. Alright, on my Tomoe Nage, okay, I'm gonna push him away. When I push away, what's he generally gonna do? Push back into me. So I'm gonna suck him in with my feet, and then I'm gonna throw him over with my feet. Okay? Harder to do slow than rapid. This is similar to the arm drag where I've back rolled. Okay? My foot's in his hip, my foot's here, I push him away. As he starts pushing back into me, I suck my legs in. And I steer his arms down. Alright? I take his arms kind of like I'm putting on a big hat. Like this big hat goes all the way down on my waist. Alright? Here, I push on the hip. Pushing back into me, I'm going to pull up with the arms as I suck my legs in, and then I push the arms down, and then bring them over to the mouth. Okay, that's slow. Now a little quicker. Okay, push it back into me. Right over. Good to go for the Tomoe Nage. So we've got two leg positions. If I can get this back leg all the way through, that's great. If I can't, then I can leave it hooked on this near hook here. So I have a pull with that and a push with the other, and I have good control. Now, on this first move, I can work this either way, but I like working it with this hook here. If I lose control, all the other sweeps I was showing, the bum dump, the base plant, I've got control of both sleeves. On here, I lose control of this back sleeve. Okay, I lose control of the back sleeve, I arm drag, I grab the belt. Notice where my leg is. Okay, I change the angle, now I can push here. I'm going to pull them into me, pull them with my legs, and I sweep them up and over to the mouth. Okay? If I start from here with my leg across, that's fine too. I lose this grip. I arm drag. I grab right here in the armpit. I grab the belt. And when I sit up, it makes it so that I can get deeper on this hook. Now, even if he's trying to get away from me, when I pull with my legs, it brings him off balance. See, I bend my legs towards me, and then I kick him up over my shoulder. I roll back over my shoulder. Okay, when we warm up for this, we want to make sure we're doing shoulder rolls to the kneeling. And back down on either side. Okay, that's got to be part of the warm-up. So once again, even if I start with this near hook now, because his foot's to the outside, so I can't get my hook all the way through. When I lose control of this hand, okay, I grip here, right? Now I'm close. If I sit up, I'm close enough that this foot can go across. I get my hooks here, I grab the belt. I pull with my arms, but mostly I pull with my legs. Legs towards me, okay? And then up and over the shoulder to the mouth. Okay. Now, here again, I'm working my DeLaRiva guard, and he breaks both grips. Okay? If I hang out here for too long, trying to get a grip, he's going to grab my pants, he's going to work his pass. So, as soon as I feel those grips break, if I lose both breaks, he's pulling, right? I'm going to use that to pull me up. Look, my front leg triangles as I come across. Now look, I grab behind here. Now, what takes me down is me coming up to my knees. Here. Okay, it's my hips. Right? Now, I need to get this arm out. Right away to the shoulder and belt. Okay? So he gets both arms out. This front leg hooks behind. My inside arm tackles. Now, I'm just stopping this leg from stepping back. Now I come up to my knee here, okay? I'm here, I just change my hips. Okay? Get past that leg, shoulder down, pass. Okay, so from this side here, same thing. I lose both sleeves. When I lose both sleeves, this leg kicks through my front leg, hooks around the leg. I grab this far leg. Now the key is I'm not pulling this leg, I'm just stopping from moving. Now I use my hips to take him down. I'm still controlling this leg as I work my pass. Coming to the side. Yep. Okay. Now, another thing I can do when I lose both grips, okay, depending on the way I'm going, right? If I go this way, I'm going to hook with this leg. Okay, look, my leg comes here behind, right? I'm usually pushing here with this leg after I've lost both grips. So as he's coming back into me here, this arm's going to come across his hip, okay? And I'm going to come, like I'm technical stance here, but just to my knee. Okay, so again, I'm using this hook to attack this leg. But it's the opposite. Instead of hooking here, come here. I hook here, I sit up, I reach across, and I drive. Okay, right away, windshield wiper, and pass. Okay. So if I'm trying to do something this way, I lose both grips. Look, I'm already weighted this way. lot more pressure. Okay? From this position, I've got a couple different options. The one I'm going to show is kind of just the basic DeLaRiva. I've got this leg across, but look, I bring this knee up and I put the pressure here.
So guys, no rest. We got like 3 more rounds and we're done.
Alright, so I got my near hook, or my hook across. I come across, I switch grips.
Go.
The key here is the underhook on this leg. Okay, I underhook the ankle. Okay, from here with this leg across, I've got pressure across the legs, but I can also use this knee here to put pressure down and drive. Okay, turn it into a sweep. I'll show you kind of a transition from that as well, so that if the guy bases out, okay, if I come here and he bases, okay, he bases with that arm, look, all I'm going to do is switch, and I transition to the omoplata. And I can either attack with omoplata, or if he rolls, then it turns into the omoplata sweep.